Hey, what's up, guys? Back again. Just giving you some updated Liverpool transfer news that I saw uh, earlier this morning. Just on some potential targets. This one I'm reading off of is from an article on MSN.com via the Gazzetta dello Sport that claimed that Italian midfielder Barella is on the Merseyside club wish list. The interest in the Italian international comes alongside interest in Jude Bellingham, Mateus Nunes, and Brighton's Moises Caicedo. It looks like Liverpool want to get 2 to 3 midfield additions and one central defender, with Inter's Bastoni a target as well. For me, I think that's positive news coming back. Those are positions that I think, if you saw my last video, I think that we do need. I think we need 3 midfielders and a defender coming in, preferably someone who can replace Joel Matip, because I think Matip's leaving in the summer. But yeah, just really want to talk about these the midfielders that we're linked with right now coming through. There's also been talks of Mason Mount from Chelsea coming in as well. But I made no secret, my preference from midfielders would be Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, and either one of these other midfielders that we're linked with, whether it be Mount, Mateus Nunes, Moises Caicedo, and now Barella on that list. For me, if we are really seriously linked with Barella, I think I would pick him to be my third midfielder, because I like the way he plays. Box to box, aggressive, plays with tenacity, great tackler, but also he's a great passer. I think he can deliver some really good passes that can help us break down these low block teams that we usually struggle to play against as well. So that would be my preference from there. But let's look into kind of, I guess, what's kind of realistic here. I think Bellingham is the realistic one. That's someone we've been talking about since last summer. Even prior for that, I think that is Klopp's number one priority, is get Jude Bellingham done. The talks in Germany are still that we are the favorites to sign him, and it's just going to be a matter of budget. And I think the owners, FSG, are making sure that they are going to give Jurgen Klopp the backing that he needs to rebuild the midfield, whether that's the investment talk that's been going on. They're looking for some investors to come and invest in Liverpool, or if they have to outlay that money themselves. I think they are going to back Jurgen Klopp this summer, as well as the new sporting director, whoever they may be, coming in as well. So I think Bellingham, I expect Bellingham to come in and be a Liverpool player. Mateus Nunes, that one just seems very odd to me. I know we could have signed him last summer, but for whatever reason, I don't think Klopp really, was too keen on him. I think they just wanted to see how he fits in the Premier League. But it just doesn't make sense. I don't know why Wolves would sell him just a year into his contract. That really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That they wouldn't get a huge profit for him. Maybe 5 extra mil that you add into that. But we do have a good relationship with Jorge Mendes, his agent. So I'll probably keep an eye out for that one. But I still think that one would be a little weird if we got him. Because then it just kind of brings into question, like, well, why didn't we just get him last summer? We could have loaned him out if you weren't sure. But and then we have Moises Caicedo, who's rated a lot. When I look on Spaces and other socials, a lot of people do like Moises Caicedo. I'm not 100% convinced about him. Not saying that I don't think he's a good player. I think he's a very, very good young player, a huge potential. But the money that Brighton's quoting for him, I mean, they were trying to get, offer him to Arsenal for 70 mil. Now, maybe that's just the January taxes. They really didn't want him to go. But Moises Caicedo's nowhere near worth 70 mil. I think they're absolutely out of their damn mind asking for that kind of money for a 20-year-old kid who's still unproven in the Premier League. He's only had 1 full year here. I wouldn't. If they're asking for money like that, I'll be like, we can just walk away from that deal, because that deal makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Whereas 70 mil for Caicedo and interest quoting 70 million for Barella, for me that's a no-brainer. I would go and get Barella. He's proven. He's won big honors. He won the European Championships in the summer of 2021. He's also helped Inter win the league title, the first league title I think since 2010 at Inter. So yeah, for me Barella's the better one from there. But even moving on to Barella, If we're seriously linked, if we're seriously keen on getting Barella, I'm all for that. I know Inter is a massive club. They haven't really been at the world forefront since the mid to late 2000s. Back with that great Inter team with Javier Zanetti, Julio Cesar, Materazzi at the back, Dejan Stankovic, Esteban Cambiaso, Diego Milito, Samueleto. Zlatan was part of that team. Adriano. I mean, that Inter team was really, really, really good back then. So if we're talking about 20 years ago, I would say there's no shot of Barella even wanting to leave Inter. There's no way Liverpool are going to get him either, because it would just make no sense. But here it does make sense, just to try and get on a bigger stage to win some of those European championships and things like that. And I think the way he would fit in, he can definitely take over that left-hand side. I think that's his best position from there. So we have someone who can cover the left. I think Bellingham has that right side pretty much covered on there. That'd be so dangerous on that right-hand side with Bellingham, Trent, and Mo on that side. I would say good luck to anybody in there. Then you can add Barella, where either, I'm not sure if it's going to be Diaz or Nunez on that side. I'm not 100% on that. That's something we can probably talk about once we get these players in or how it will work. But yeah, I really, really do like these midfield targets. Now that especially we added Barella on there. I know Bryce is still somebody I think we can go and get. I know there was talks earlier today about him and Arsenal potentially agreeing a deal worth $200K a week, possibly like a 5-year contract. If I'm Liverpool, I'm still trying to see where that deal goes and see how we can kind of maneuver and sneak in to get Declan Rice in there. Because I think if we can get Rice into that starting midfield as well, dude, there ain't a team in the world I think they'll be able to run through that midfield or stop that midfield from creating chances and helping the front and feeding that front three and also protecting that back four as well. As far as Inter's Bastoni target. For me, he's all right. I don't really see him as a Liverpool level player. Maybe people in the comments or something like that can, if you watch this video, you can kind of let me know. But as far as defenders, I think Guardiola from RB Leipzig is my main preference. He's a left-footed, left-sided center back. Something that we don't have in the team right now. I think him and Kanate have played together before, in that RB Leipzig system. I think if we get him, our center back situation is solidified, for a good little while, for as long as they be in there. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I really like the targets that I'm seeing that we're linked with. It's just going to be a matter of now, can we get the funds to buy these players? I think you're probably looking at a 300 mil summer that Liverpool are going to have to spend to revamp the midfield and get in a center back. I don't think we need any more forwards. Right now, I think the forward spots are pretty good because we still have to figure out who's playing where, especially with the addition of Gakpo that we got in January. And then with Luis Diaz coming back, getting back to full fitness, Firmino, if he does get that contract extension, Klopp has already said that he wants Firmino to stay. So it's just going to be very interesting to see how this team is going to be set up come training camp in July for the summer. So just let me know your thoughts, and yeah, take care.